Hello, this is Jeff again. Welcome to my channel. This is another video in my series Discovering Kelowna, where I am discovering all the city parks of Kelowna. I've set myself a challenge to visit all the city parks in Kelowna in 1 year. I got 203 parks on my official list. You can see more details on my blog, mywanderlustwalking.com. But this video is going to show 3 parks that I'm going to visit today in Kelowna, BC. So as part of my challenge, I've been going out every week and seeing parks, and I got a map where I'm marking them off. And you know, every once in a while there's a park that kind of falls through the cracks and gets missed on one of my walks. So today, this day, I'm going to go visit 3 parks that kind of are off in their own little area of the map and haven't been reached, and I haven't gotten to many other walks yet. So I hope you watch this video and enjoy what you see. I hope you are inspired to go visit some parks in your own area or in Kelowna if that's where you live. Now let's go see. Hey, so here I am at my first park of the day. This is Robert Lake Regional Park. So you can see behind me there's a nice lake. It's not a huge lake. This is a regional park, so it's an area not just of importance to the people of Kelowna, but it's an area of natural importance to the whole central Okanagan Valley. So as the sign here informs us, this is the best example of a salt lake in the Okanagan Valley. So this lake sits on ground that has a lot of alkali chemicals, and so when it dries up, there's salt on the ground and it makes it a salty lake. So I don't think any of these farms around here are using this lake for irrigation necessarily, but who loves this park? The birds. The birds is all for them. In fact, you can't even walk around the park. There's no trail. All the lands around here are privately owned agricultural land. But the lake has been protected for the past 20 years as a regional park, and over 140 different bird species are seen here. It's probably a great bird watching location. So I'm not going to walk around the lake. I'm not going to go into the lake, but I am glad to have come and seen the lake. It seems very high this time of year. I guess sometimes it's a lot lower. Maybe if we came back in the end of the summer before the rain started, then we would see it much lower. Today it's quite high. You can see obviously those fences were put in when it was a little drier. Yeah, Robert Lake Regional Park, and I'm glad to have seen it, and I hope you'd like to see it too. Hey, so here I am at my second park for the day. This is Shetland Park, named after Shetland Road. This park is along a gas pipeline right-of-way. So you can probably see, you can't see it from right where we are now, but all along here there's these bright yellow signs saying, watch out, high pressure gas pipeline. So of course, when they built this subdivision, maybe 20, 30 years ago, I'm not exactly sure, they could not build houses on top of the pipeline, and they left this land, this pipeline right-of-way, and made it a park. So there's 3 parts to this park. You can see it going down the hill behind me, and it's interrupted by streets a couple of times, and it's just a walkway with grass and some shrubs along a gas pipeline. So that's a good example of a way that if you have to leave the land anyway, you might as well do what you can to make an amenity out of it for the local people. It's nice to have a place to walk your dog. You're allowed to walk your dog on the paths here. Of course, you can't do a full naturalization habitat restoration here, just like you can't under electrical wires, because you can't let the trees roots grow down into the pipeline, and you have to be able to clear the brush in order to get at the pipeline if something should go wrong. So there's a limited window of what you can do, but it's still a nice place for people to get some recreation in a somewhat natural area. Just for geography, Robert Lake was northeast of Glenmore, and now we are kind of east of that. So if the hill you see to the south of me is the northernmost foothills of Dilworth Mountain, and straight ahead of me, the gas pipeline right-of-way does continue to the north. So if I turn around, you can see the gas pipeline. There's one of them yellow signs. The gas pipeline does continue up the hill, and it goes north-north for a long ways. And north of here, atop of this hill, is Academy Way. And at the end of this ridge, you get to the University of British Columbia in the Okanagan. So a lot of buildings been going up on Academy Way, residences and houses for people near the university. It's a very popular, very booming place right now. But of course, they're not going to be able to build on top of the right-of-way either. So I'm interested to see in the coming years and decades whether the rest of the gas pipeline right-of-way will be made into a nice amenity for the people who live on the Academy Way neighborhood. We'll see. Hey, so here I am in my third park for the day. This is Barlee Park. So we're now back in the center of town, near the Midtown Urban Center. This is a park that is near the Capri Landmark area, but didn't get included in that walk, and it's near Mission Creek, but it didn't get included in that walk. So it kind of got left all by itself. So we're here today to have a look around. It is late November. I think this park is not at its best, but it's clearly a exciting and dynamic park with a lot of things going on. At the north end behind me, you can see there's a little lawn, some nice old trees and things. But then where I'm standing is a community garden. And in fact, this park used to be two separate lots. So I'm kind of standing in the middle, and in front of me to the south, there's more community garden. And then there used to be a building, maybe at one point it was a house. Google Maps suggests it used to house the Friends of the Library, but that building is now gone, and a brand new playground is being built. So it's not even close to being done, but a lot of the features are there. So they're obviously, the city is working on this park and making it look good and making it useful for the people of the neighborhood. So there's some taller condo buildings and apartment buildings around here. So yeah, it's a central park. It's a big park. It's got a lot of interesting features, and it's very useful for the people of this neighborhood. So that's pretty exciting. And I look forward to coming back in the spring or the summer when the leaves are on the trees and the gardens are looking lush and bountiful. Well, there you have it. That was my trip for today. I explored 3 parks in Kelowna, BC. I saw Robert Lake Regional Park, which was a beautiful lake in a lovely valley, a salt lake, which is covered in ducks, and lots of birds like to use it. I saw Shetland Park, which showed us the way they're using a gas pipeline right-of-way as a recreational corridor through a relatively new subdivision. And I saw Barlee Park, which is right in the middle of town, and shows how some parkland and adjacent lots are being adapted to the use of local residents with a community park and a playground. So a bit of a mixed bag, a miscellaneous trip today, just some odds and ends, but of course every park is interesting in its own way. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw. I hope it inspired you to walk and explore parks in your area. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe to my channel. You can hit the notification bell and see what else is coming up. Every week I put out a video where I explore some local parks. So check my channel and you can see some old videos and you can see some new videos. So I hope you had a good time, and I'll see you next time.